My Love of Life Energy is a podcast created by Anna Scott. Anna knows that every human being sees life uniquely. In this podcast, she will talk to people and learn from them. These conversations are to shine the brilliance of each human being she speaks to. Join her. After each exploration, you will expand on your insights and see truth and beauty.
Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to my podcast, My Love of Life Energy. And today, my partner in crime of Exquisite Being is Molly Lynch is in the house with me. Welcome, Molly.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hi, Anna.
And we have a very special guest today, Debbie Stiles, and I'm going to let Molly take over because I would not know Debbie if it were not for Molly. So, Molly, you're on.
Okay. Well, I'd love to introduce this beautiful, shining woman to you, Debbie Stiles of DTS Lifestyles and Enrich and Refine. And I met Debbie at Rancho La Puerta in Tecate, Mexico, which is a wellness resort, a very beautiful wellness resort. And I don't even know what exactly it was, except maybe the light that we both bumped into each other and it was on. We just started to have that conversation. And from that moment into our Gene Keats love, I think that was our bridge. And so I'm so grateful to know you and to be here with you today. So welcome, Debbie Stiles.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so excited that Anna and Molly have enriched my life in such a deep way, in such a short amount of time. Molly and I met in June of 2024, and Anna and I met shortly thereafter because I was like, I need counseling, and this kind of interaction and being led with our intuition and sharing stories and sorrows and joys and everything in between is what I truly believe is what we all need. And so to have Molly and Anna of Exquisite Being come to Winnipeg for June 1st for Enrich and Refine, I'm aglow just thinking about it. I want to share the beautiful experience I've had with the two of you. And I know it's what the world needs more of. I'm 100% confident that we were led together to put this event on.
So, Debbie, tell us about your intention of creating Enrich and Refine. Like, how did this come into being?
So I'm a financial advisor, so DTS Lifestyles. I mean, I've worked for 30 plus years helping people talk about money talk, which is often something difficult. And what I've learned from my clients over these years is that our worth has nothing to do with how much money we have. So the term net worth, we've abandoned, we've gotten rid of, we don't use it in our practice. We subtract. I think we all need to subtract more in our lives. And when we subtract language that doesn't serve the whole, we enrich people's lives. And so to me, it's not your worth, is not your money. We call it joy reserve. I mean, why else would you be working to earn money if it wasn't to bring joy, if it wasn't to create joyful moments in your everyday? That's it. Simple. We're here to enjoy, right? I mean, most people worked with financial advisors, to talk about far away, long-term future. How much money do I need to retire? That doesn't serve you now. We're here now. That's all we have is the here and the now. And so, I had to change how I was advising. I adopted a language when I started in this financial services industry, but I was never really listening to the language I was using. So it was my clients and their response that taught me everything that I know today. And so now that we're using a different language, joy reserve, not net worth, jubilation, not retirement. Who wants to be tired of their work? Who wants to get to that point in life that you've worked so hard for and be tired? No one. We are here to enhance and enrich each other's lives, and we want to be healthy. Health is wealth.
Mm.
And this is why we've created Enrich and Refine and why we're coming together. Because there is so much that we still need to learn and experience, to bring this beautiful energy to the universe. You and the three of us, we want to exist on a frequency that we are inviting the energy that we want more of. We need to show up as that energy. And, our lives are not a straight line. Just like the financial markets, volatility is opportunity to grow as a person, not to just grow your wealth. It's all the same. Everything we talk about, it's meant for everyone. It's not specific to this industry or that industry. It's like we exist in volatility. In nature, everything changes. You're walking outside and the buds here in Manitoba, they're starting to show up on the trees, right? Some are small, some are big, some will open before others. These trees have been dormant and they're coming alive again. We all go through periods like this. This is normal. This is to be experienced and expected.
Debbie, I have a question for you. So what's the intention of the one-day event?
So the intention of the one-day event is for me to share what has enriched my life. So I'm literally bringing together people to have a one-day experience so that I can share what I know is true for me. And I can only know what's true for me. I can't possibly project that onto anyone else. But, you show up for a day anywhere, and if there's one takeaway that is going to change your life, I trust that you will find that on June 1st. I trust that every person will find one takeaway that will really be a standout thing in their life. That's all it takes. That's all we're hoping for. And we are coming together because we're so connected, right? We're meant to come together for this day. Everyone said yes, that I asked to come. Yes, what a beautiful word. Yes, what a beautiful word. Say yes to learning more about how to bring on health. Health is wealth. Our health is the most important thing.
And that's your motto, your subline for.
Yeah. Health as well. Yeah.
There's something you said, and this is, I'm going to bring our gene keys into it because I have to.
Well, yeah, how can you not?
So you have the 31st gene key in your profile. I believe it's in your radiance, and it's part of the codon ring of no return. And it's about the power of language. And what I hear you changing the language from, and I'm wondering if you're aware of this, is from fear to love.
Yes, I think for me, going through COVID was really hard. And I was acutely aware of how much fear existed in the world. And I truly did not know that before that experience. So I am so thankful for COVID because you know what? There's not that much to fear. All each of us has is the here and now. And I've always felt very strongly that the more we can live knowing today could be our last day, the better our lives will be. That is nothing to fear. That is actually the best way to live life. Is the not knowing. The not knowing is going to propel you to experience more and propel you to not have fear, right? How can you be disappointed if you don't know what's coming? How can you be fearful of the unknown?
So so money in the Gene Keys world, I'm tying this into the Gene Keys. Sorry,
Oh,
put a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Money in the Gene Keys, and it's in the 32nd Gene Key. money, human beings have fear inside their body. And it's like this moment of like, it goes back to the 57th gene key about intuition, that it's this moment where we go, okay, slow down, I need more information. And then the intellect came on and we became afraid of afraid. And in our culture, the biggest, we put fear on the outside circumstances. So it's about money. And what have you seen about people, fear and money, and translate? Because what I'm hearing you say is you don't need to be afraid about money.
Mm-hmm. So what I've learned and what I've witnessed is that what you have does not remove fear. So having money, from an outsider's perspective, those with less, or they have been conditioned to believe they have less, they see people with money as having it easier, right? They actually don't really understand that that's not true. And so the more you have, the more you want, the more you're on this treadmill of adding and accumulating, and that's what's been rewarded. Those are the stories we've accepted being in this world. Why are we accepting this story? It's not true. It's so not true. You know, I have clients come in here, they have nothing to worry about. If you looked at the number on a page, their net worth, which we don't use, you know, their net worth has nothing to do with the joy they're able to bring into their lives, with not having fear. There's no connection between the two. And I want there to be a connection. I want there to be, you give money energy. What energy are you giving your money? Are you allowing it to control your every thought, your every decision, your every move? No. You know, we're here to be generous.
Wow.
So beautiful.
It's radical, Debbie. What you're saying is really radical.
What I know now, I didn't know this. You know, it's been years in the making. Yeah.
You talk about subtracting and space. Space is one of your, you understand something about space. Can you speak into that?
I will share that the words empty space changed my life in a dramatic way. I always thought that I had to fill my space. And like as a young girl, my parents moved my phone into my bedroom because they were just tired of listening to me planning and filling every space on my calendar so I could be busy, busy, busy. And I mean, I carried that with me through much of my life. And then when I heard the words empty space as a positive, I was like, this just shook me to the core. I mean, I wouldn't even go into a coffee shop in Winnipeg called Empty Cup because I thought it should be called Fill Your Cup. This is how cuckoo I am. And like I told so many people this story. Like I'm at my osteopath and I'm back from the ranch and I'm saying how the words empty space have changed my life. She's like, oh, you even told me you wouldn't go to Empty Cup. I thought, what? Like it's literally hysterical, right? But so again, we need to create space inside of our bodies, around us, the spaces we enjoy and live in. I mean, you cannot be sad if you're outside listening to nature and watching trees on buds bloom. Like it's impossible, right? Like we are nature, but we have been so conditioned away from that knowing. There is so much for us to enjoy and experience in this lifetime, and we don't know how short this lifetime could be. And we also know we live on, we create space for that soul to enter us, and we're illuminated, right? Like we move different, we walk different, we see the world different, we really start to see And so I think when I started realizing that empty space is what I needed, my whole perspective changed.
In what way?
In how I see, it's just like, there's nothing to fear. We're here now, we're together, we all are having this experience together, we are one. When you feel part of the whole, it's just, the weight just drops, the shoulders drop back, the space starts getting opened up, right? Like it's body, mind, spirit. It's real. It's all connected. We're connected. Yeah.
I'm just feeling the space.
Yeah, and I feel like when the sound comes out of me, it's like, and I can't even control it. And it's like my soul is sighing. It's like, thank you, it's saying thank you. So when we create that space for ourselves, our soul takes up space.
It comes into the body.
Like
there's room for it.
Yeah.
There's a revealing too.
Say more, Molly.
Well, I just recognize what you're saying, Debbie, as far as like the space that we become aware of. There's a perception of space, but it's really like the revealing of our own nature connected to. That's my everything. I'm like nodding over here, like feeling that as you speak. There's a revealing, a reminder, and that then the embodiment, or as the embodiment of.
Absolutely. And like we all are going to have a little bit different experience. And that's good, right? Like whatever resonates with you, whatever fuels you is what you're seeking.
It's funny, you're the 31st gene key is all about language. And when we're talking about this space and taking away, I feel very quiet in my thinking. Like thought, there's not a lot of thought there. And yet the thoughts that you use, the words that you use are so enriching, like life-giving.
So something that came to me the other day was, we've heard the word, you need solo time. And I thought, it's not solo time, it's soul. Oh. It's not solo, you're not alone when you're quiet. The silence is alive. When I'm out walking in nature and I'm hearing birds and the wind's tussling my hair and I'm feeling space in such a different way. You can't feel that indoors. Right? Like everything has soul, every tree, every blade of grass, every animal, we are all sharing spirit. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing what's available for us. And like where we're having Enrich and Refine, it's called Fort Whyte Alive. And I think we're really tied into that. Like, we are alive. We are here to live life, love life. And this is the space that's being offered to us to host this event. And there's so much wood in this building. There's so much natural light. There is wisdom in every tree that they use to create this space. And that wisdom is going to be shared with us. We're going to be open to it. We're going to show up knowing that there's a message we're meant to deliver, and we're going to be open to being still and quiet to begin the day like we began this meeting. We're here to serve the whole, and there is no ego. This is not about us and wanting to be seen. This is about us wanting to share.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Molly, what are you hearing? I can hear you hearing something.
Well, just the intentionality of being in service. There's a great intention to share, and I hear that it's like everything that has been echoing from not only the beginning of our conversation, but also bringing like enrich and refine experience is for others to touch in with that place within their own heart, perhaps.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when I
Oh,
was introduced to the gene keys and I read my gene keys, I mean, that was an aha moment for me. It was like, it was so clear that this was who I am
Mm.
and that I've always been this. It's just, I was veiled. How many veils, how much conditioning, closed me off to this authentic self. And
Mm.
it's so lovely that we're all different and we're here together. And we need to be together and we need to share in community and bring our communities together, because we're all bringing something unique.
there was something you said at the beginning of this podcast that really touched me. That whatever comes to us is for us, which is one of my biggest beliefs. But when we're in community, what comes for us, like it seems to me like an echo or something. If you could speak more to it, you saw something or you see something about that.
Yeah, I believe that, we all have resistance when things show up for us that doesn't classify as good in how our conditioning mind shows up. But what is truly meant for us is showing up. And there is so many lessons to learn. And the first speaker of Enrich and Refine, her name's Pamela Paristy. She's going to open the day, and she is such an example of the lessons and the learning. And we're here to be lifelong learners. And the lessons will keep showing up, and they are meant for us. And they maybe don't fit into your good, bad. There is no good and bad. It just is.
Mm.
There's such beauty in that. There seems to be a power of bringing people together and for a group of people to understand that. Rather than trying to go make it better, go away, what I hear you saying is we want to come together and realize that we're going to embrace this. It's for us, not to us, but for us.
And like, we're going to keep it company together.
Yeah.
Feels like the invitation of belonging together, invitation that you bring. It's like, come, anybody. Doesn't have to be just financial advisors. Everybody come and you belong. We
Yeah.
belong together.
And I just want to say, like this morning, I phoned a friend who I know is struggling and she's not working right now. And I said, oh, I hear you've got some time. She did my pots at the office and at my house last summer. And so someone tipped me off that she's not working and she'd really like to do this kind of work and be outside and get her hands in the soil. And so I called her this morning and I said, would you do a ticket to Enrich and Refine for doing our pots? And it brought her to tears.
Mm.
So like, we want this to be for everyone. So if there's someone who can't come up with the $1,000 for a ticket, let us know. We are here to invite and bring people together, and we will find a way.
I could say is I'll follow you anywhere.
We're following you to Canada.
Yeah, you guys are, so it's perfect.
Well, we are coming to the end of our podcast and our time, Debbie. And is there anything you want to say in closing?
I'm gonna say it's 11:01, and those are my angel numbers. So we had 3 ones there, so that's absolutely perfect. And I cannot wait to host the 2 of you in my home. and just share space and energy together and introduce you to this beautiful Winnipeg, Manitoba. And we're a beautiful people, very friendly. Our license plate is Friendly Manitoba, and you're going to experience it.
Molly, is there anything you want to say in closing?
Just thank you, Debbie, for your beauty and your authenticity and what you're creating. It's very inspiring, and I feel honored to be a part of it and to know you. So thank you.
And
Thank you, Debbie.
we are creating, not I, we are creating this.
So all the details for Enrich and Refine will be in the bio. Please go look for it. If you know of somebody who would love to be in a community of people where you're welcome, you get to see new things, you get to see that life is for you, not to you, please check us out. Thank you.
Thanks for hosting me.
Loved it.
Love you.
Love you.